GUSTAV Iden produced an absolute masterclass of a performance on October 8, 2022. Perhaps the greatest Ironman performance in history. It definitely was the best that's ever been done in Kona, shattering the course record. The question on everyone's mind, including his competitors, was how in the world did he do this? Let's rewind and start from the swim, where everyone was desperately hoping that the Norwegian duo would be at least a couple of minutes back from the front pack. Instead, their worst nightmare came true. The amount of good swimmers was just too many to cause enough separation from the duo, as they managed to hang on to the feet of those in front. It took a couple of big surges for the two powerhouses to stay there, and they got help from the turnaround buoy when the large pack slowed enough for them to hang on. They knew if they were in the front, not many could keep up with them on the bike in the run. And other swimmers like Patrick Lange weren't able to hold on and got caught in no man's land. Sam Laidlow and Florian led the way and created a decent gap between the next group of about 1 minute. 4 minutes back, many of the other favorites like Lionel Sanders would have been horrified to know that the fastest bikers and runners had made the front pack. Exiting the water, Christian and Gustav looked great and knew they had to position themselves in a good spot amongst all these riders, but weren't able to transition as quickly as Max Newman and Jesper Svensson. This didn't hinder them as they stayed with a group large enough and included bikers Ditlev and Laidlow. Again, a worse nightmare for others at the back, as Christian and Gustav could comfortably sit behind their wheel and not have to worry about setting the pace, knowing that the likes of Ditlev and Laidlow would definitely not be slowing them down. And at their pace, Cam Worth wasn't even catching up. Penalties were also handed out for drafting, which majorly impacted a few top contenders, further helping their case. Eventually they pulled to the front of the race and Max Newman hung on to their blistering pace of 27 miles an hour. One thing that didn't work in their favor and stopped their perfect day was what Laidlow was doing with 30 miles to go. He shot out like a cannon and was absolutely gone. It was at that perfect time too, as it seemed that no one wanted to take the lead on the bike between Christian, Gustav, Ditlev and Newman. They couldn't believe that they were 6 minutes and 30 seconds back by the end of the ride, even after they rode a 4:11, just a couple minutes behind the original course record. This meant that they went out fast together, running 35 minutes the first 10K. Gustav looked fresher than Christian as Christian hung onto his feet, with Laidlow still leading and the gap no longer coming in quick enough. Gustav then made a decisive pace adjustment to sub 5 minutes per mile, and Christian could not go with it, especially as he'd just been through the energy lap. Iden then quickly caught Laidlow, who was having the race of his life. Gustav said it was a brutal last 10 kilometer after he passed Laidlow, but it was enough to hang on. Then he showed just how much of a true champion he was, and was gracious in victory, celebrating Laidlow's epic performance, and Christian and Max, who looked destroyed, crossing the finish line. This will mean big points for Gustav in the PTO standings. I could guess around 130 points will be handed to him, and will bump him up to 117 average for the year. Not sure if it'll be enough for him to top Christian, who will also get significance points for his time. Gustav might just have to beat him again at 70.3 Worlds in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. I'll be trying to post videos daily and trying to grow this channel into something big, hopefully that everyone is happy with. So if you get anything out of my videos, please support by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and give me some feedback on what I can do better. If you have any ideas for videos too, please let me know. Thanks.